It'll be fine by dusk light, I'm telling you, baby. These things eat at your bones and drive your young mind crazy. But when you place your hand between my collar and jaw, I don't know much, but there's no way at all. And I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. 'Cause if I say I miss you, I know that you won't. But I miss you in the mornings when I see the sun. Something in the orange tells me we're not done. To you, I'm just a man. To me, you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I'm poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare out the way. The orange touches all things around. The grass, trees, and dew, how I just hate you. Please turn those headlights around. I need to hear you say you've been waiting all night. There's orange dancing in your eyes from bulb light. Your voice only trembles when you try to speak. Take me back to us dancing this wood used to creep. To you, I'm just a man. To me, you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare out the way. The orange touches all things around. The grass, trees, and dew, how I just hate you. Please turn those headlights around. To you, I'm just a man. To me, you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare out the way. The orange touches all things around. The grass, trees, and dew, how nature. Bury me in Georgia. Miles out of Chattanooga, south of that state line. There's an old name road I'll follow to just past the welcome sign. It's where I was born, it's where I was raised. Ain't saying I'm ready yet, but that's the place I want to be. After my last breath, bury me in Georgia. Let me rest in peace. Underneath the mountain, where my roots run deep. When it's my day, so be necklace. So you bury me in Georgia. Don't care what color my suit is or what shoes y'all put on my feet. I don't care how many show up yet or who reads my eulogy. Just take me out to that grave, sing a sing me home song. We go down on my heels, bury me in Georgia. Let me rest in peace. Yeah, where my boots run deep. When it's my day, for me in that place, I told you, baby, Georgia. Testament, let this be my last request. Leave it all to my family who already lives. Yeah, bury me in Georgia. Bury me in Georgia. Let me rest in peace. Underneath the clouds, yeah, yeah, yeah. Where my roots run deep. Bury me in Georgia. That's funky right
Hey y'all. Looks like it's one of those nights on the streets again, right? Oh yeah, sort of. Uh, Bless. Hold on, I forgot to check a stupid button. Let's go check that out real quick. See what kind of stupid shit that's from. Yep, sure enough, it did it do. Oh, imagine that. Right about the time it was done. Well, bless. It's tragedy pimps, man. Stupid ass tragedy pimps. I'm not feeling better, sugar mama. Not in the least. I didn't want to be here. Um, I really do need to be rest and down. Um, I have extreme things coming up, and anyway, I'd like to be somewhat functional for these super happy things coming up in the next few days. But also, as these fucking tragedy pimps start coming into town with their fucking dangerous ass soap eaters, cult followers, and groupies and nutters, right? And I think you know, I'm just, so many things. But, part of my promise and swapping over, making a leap here, was to hunt these motherfuckers to ground and to make change. And to stop what they're doing inside of communities and around these missing and murdered children and women. Um, and considering what's getting ready to fucking happen. Again, some of the worst I've seen. So, case on YouTube. I wouldn't be keeping my word to you all or to myself or anything else if I didn't try to do something to at least make the entire community surrounding the area aware. Again, that they're coming in and make them very aware of what they've done to their very real community members here, the crimes they've pulled, the children they've targeted, uh, the abusers they've held hands with, the lives they've really destroyed, affected, bothered, and not just for temporary, but not just temporarily, but for long run, for generations to come, in a way that they've managed to fuck with the system and budgets and crap with their goddamn garbage for so long. And that will raise tax rates, it'll force land sales, it'll keep generations of people from having some place to live, their children to be free. They've got an entire goddamn community, they swear to you all, just love them. No, they fucking don't. I can promise you that all close neighbors and real people down there hate these motherfuckers. But it's the South, let's be real. They're gonna be white, but also they're fucking with these son of a bitches. And I'm sorry, I don't give a shit which one is tragedy pits. Go back with, oh, we interviewed this one guy on the street, and they say they just live us here, and they're glad that we're, summer, blah, 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 and we're keeping it. No, they're not. You can pull that Jay Leno shit all you want. 600 people and two might say, and they probably ain't even real neighbors, nor their real lives or community or property taxes or their way of lives changed because of what the fuck you've done. And you can pump it out to this place like anybody really fucking wants you. Trust me when I tell you that nobody wants me. Because what they're doing here and what they'll do here this time is the same shit they've always done. And what they do every fucking day. And now that it's pretty blatant, the past year and what they've been doing, and now that the word and the proof is out here, especially those organized assertments that they have targeted children from the community, seemingly for certain players that everyone, including law enforcement right here, thinks are guilty of fucking sin. Just to seemingly maybe get access and golden tickets and shit. I don't think that's sitting well with folks. I know it ain't sitting well with me. But I think more need to be aware. And not to partake of their bullshit. Mm, not to do the hey, here's an interview in your face bullshit. Uh, all the bullshit. And seeing like these tragedy pimps, I do know the people. All the places where I can lay handfuls of pamphlets down to inform. you know, about how tragedy pimps work with abusers and, well, tragedy pimp and, um, direct people to watch certain places and, timestamps and just whatever else I can do, to make people aware of who and what they are and have been and, what they've done inside of this community to many, many families. And none of them are ever going to take responsibility for it, as they come here for a meet and greet again, and for soap eaters and nutters who cause real life potential harm and danger while they're fucking in. You know, and this is not about summer, nor will it be. This time, it is full on about fame, little shit working in the background, blah, blah. Their own needful things. Ain't got shit to do with sleep. Just like it never does. Right? It never does. And that they're here to just try to get more shit to take back to their little hive over here. And for a 2-year runner, that way they can look good on whatever they try to sell off eventually. Oh, yeah. That's all it is. They're using this community, the people in it, the devastation they've caused, the real life child abuse they've committed with real life child abusers holding their hands the whole time. To eventually sell it off as virtue signaling. And look at them, they're really forward. Hey, pick me. Hey. While we've destroyed and decimated and hurt and harmed this community. All of it. Yeah. So, over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be working on something to do with that. And honestly, Mama didn't raise no bitch, so I might go have some coffees. But anyway, difference is I do know the hotels and all the stores and shit. Thing about that is they may not let you put up posters, and all, but a lot of times they'll let you lay little cards, pamphlet, shit like that at their counters, especially if you know them. And yeah, I don't know what keeps one from standing on a public corner as people head into places and hand out pamphlets either. I don't think it's law against it. So I'm gonna figure it out, formulate something. Let's go. Because I'm done with it. Fucking done with it. And if I didn't keep my word, I'm gonna be out here vocalizing every day, but I'm sick of these people using somewhere in this community as goddamn prop for themselves to profit from and destroy it and everyone in it. Uh, Far wider than you all can see or will ever know. And in order to enact change across the board, something's got to be done. Um, and that'll give an example to others in other cases on what they can do to combat this bullshittery around their own communities when these tragedy pimps start coming in and doing this bullshit around whatever horrendous, life changing event has taken place inside of their community, especially with those they know. And, the victims, their families, law enforcement, and their community members, neighbors, friends. So, and man, it's not just me, right? It's other neighbors prior, it's other families prior, it's fry guys, it's babysitters, it's classmates, it's the anons, right? At this point, we're legion, right? And it'll continue to be so until there's change. So, And you know that, Dylan Round's mom and her plan going forward too is to stop bullshit like this. Um, and others, Cash's family, Brandy to a degree. Look what the fuck they did over here to Brandy, dude. Shit was heartbreaking to watch. And that's just them, those particular people. And look at Babysitter Hell, they're still after being Babysitter and Quentin's. They didn't care. They get on there and laugh about the Fry Guys and the dude with the special needs child, and they didn't care about our neighbor dying with cancer. They didn't give a fuck about the young adult and inside of Ben Hill that they could trip seizures for with all their horse shit, that it could have killed them. They didn't give a fuck about that. They didn't give a fuck about much as long as they get. And I can't with it. And there's so many things. But so if I can find a way to do all that, I can put fillers out and get approval for certain things. That's what I'm gonna do is uh try to boost what I'm doing here anyway, and my promise to keep hunting these motherfuckers down and call them out and their bullshittery. And you can see it wasn't wrong about fucking Scamathon #1, let alone 2 and all the billboard shit. Obviously, they want your eyes away from that goddamn shit right now, eh? And I may be wrong in areas, but I ain't that wrong. Shit bears out eventually. It takes time. Meanwhile, I'm just it's time to. And man, things are just a little bit different. I've been doing a lot more. But we'll see how and what shakes in the next couple of weeks. And what I can manage to get pick this up. But either way, from just vocalizing and making sure word stays here and eyes on. Meanwhile, Dingleberry, his whole hot take tonight, dear community, is that what was that stupid fucking title he had up on there? Let's see. Before he changes it. No, this is my recommended. It's the only reason uh still. Fuck it, I know what the thing. I mean, where it's at. Alright. Let me see. Dingleberry's fucking title tonight was Breaking Ben Hill. Still can't but this is how it's gonna solve everything. I don't know, this is the most I just can't with this one. Y'all don't have to feel about it. But Ben Hill is one word. Breaking Ben Hill seems to be the necessary way to get answers or start running people out of town. I'm just like, Dear Beach Creek, do you hear this? Dear community, do you hear this? And with these tragedy pimps. So, and once again, a thumbnail featuring everybody in the community, including Fred and fucking people from Light Haulers and shit. So that's what dipshit is thinking, so he's just gonna destroy lives and do whatever the fuck he likes. And I guess run everybody out of town, get people really killed. I don't know, just put out whatever garbage he wants to. But I guess that's his agenda, dear community. Make no mistake, he's entangled with the rest of these fuckers. But that was his hot take. Um, and let's not all forget about Bones, who conveniently enough, like I said, started right back up and came popping back up out of retirement right before Vigil. Wow, I'm shocked. And then last night, that her little fingers were in that fake panel writer over on Dolly's, and that she pops up with that shit at the same time. That's not a goddamn coincidence either, nor is the fact that she immediately did a live about it. About, the fake panel writer, sick ass bitch with the call. That one. Oh yeah, that's not a coincidence at all, is it, guys? Nope. And let's all do remember as a community what that one does here every time it's fucking here. And what it's already done inside the community. And help destroy and do and target and put all of us in danger inside of the community. Oh yeah, and remember this is the one that made sure to drive by everybody's homes in Beach Creek because she was directed to and told to by her own admittance, and to get footage of every single person's house and who was parked there and all that shit. Yep. And the vehicles, yep. So, definitely Old Bones there is back, and they're trying to put attention on her, and Dolly helped with that last night, as did the sick ass piece of shit, lying asshole of a panel writer. There's definitely a special place in hell for that bitch. Um, I'm sure she's all about something. She really cares, doesn't she? Put out that garbage that wastes everybody's time and gets bullshit calls made and everything else. But then it gets better, doesn't it? Let's see, I hopped on there last night about 4 in the morning, despite my better judgment and that I really didn't want um, to call out the fuckery because I'd been messaged and it brought to my attention. I'm like, dude, I don't even watch this fucking turkey. I avoid that motherfucker like plague. And one of them found it, whatever, and I was like, you gotta be kidding. It's pretty apparent to anybody with even 2 fucking brain cells rubbed together that bitch was full of shit. Anybody, even you all, could do a couple Google pulls and tell that the bitch was lying her ass off. That Dolly even entertained it is sick, but that Ziggy was instantly there with it. Nah, has flavor on it, and then that she immediately went and did her own live. But then what you have today is the critters earlier and going live with it too. Throughout the day, I've gotten quite a few messages from those here and on the ground and locals and those who actively try to help someone. Like, have you heard this fucking bullshit call? I'm like, yep, did a live on it like 4 this morning, calling it the fuck out. Sure did. Broke it down for everybody. Nah, people don't, I don't know. But the critters went live with it doesn't surprise me either. I don't even know what their hot vendor was on it. I can't tell you which way they went. I just seen their title. I'm not clicking on that fucking cowbell. Alright. But that they even gave it airtime. And you know how they are. Right. For the longest time, they were putting out that Rose was alive and that also she was under a driveway. And man, the amount of chaos the critters and people like PG and shit have played inside of all this is just astronomical with their goddamn hot mess garbage bullshit. But to even give it that light and breath out here on these streets, they know what they're doing. And it's the opposite of help, right? They're gonna do something with it. They need to call it the fuck out for what it is. That's helping Summer. That's helping law enforcement. But nope, they gotta stand there and speculate and just make up garbage and do whatever it is they normally do. They're fuck faces. Anyway, um, and the dumb cows, man, could really do a simple Google search and tell that it's all bullshit, even without somebody else saying, "Hey, this is bullshit," right? Uh, but they're not into that Google lifestyle or math or truth or anything else as you can imagine. Hell, you ain't into imaginary. You can see it every day. We're talking about masses and like fucking a cult or something and sacrifice and shit, and any other time it's some woohoo shit, and you have Christine only putting out that fucking stupid call that was already out here, but putting out different like ghost noise sounds to it, and being so stupid they tagged Hawkins County and FBI and TBI in it, and caused a mass influx of bullshit. And these fucking nutters out here calling crazy shit to law enforcement around Summer's case. It's still one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot around here. But then once they got their little claws and Candace and Dawn, it's like, no, 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 wait, we didn't say that. We didn't mean it that way. But hey, yeah, you fucking line hackers. Right? Um, anyway, so they give light to the sick bitch that was up on Dolly's last night after trying to come in hot. And it's like, fuck you, bro. I love it. I gotta tell you, from much of Jurassic Park, one is not been confusing, but every now and then, you know, eh, just, I don't know. But that even from last night, that so many went, is this real? Should we call this in? And then it even hit local ground. People are like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, we already been through it. How in the hell did this many people like, this might be? It ain't. There's so much fucking wrong with that. So many obvious. I mean, like, I don't understand how people can listen to shit like that. Like, kind of rudder and think, yeah, this makes sense. It doesn't. And a simple Google search show you it doesn't. It's all bullshit. All lie. All copied together nonsense. Cause these motherfuckers scraping a barrel at this point. They need views and eyes on. Bones needs her shit built back up. Why right before another party vigil? One can only say, right? And I loved her first love when she come back and her whole bender was, I just need to balance myself and learn that I can make money off of YouTube and also so there you go. I mean about summer it's about I hate them a whole lot. And if you heard oh dear Jesus. Can't but I know I was a bit late tonight, which was new there, but and the kiddo were spending some time together. Time ran away, right? And kiddos always just sat more important in this place. It always gets me that, yeah, you have these tragedy pimps. They sell our faces and our abuse on merch. They do whatever the fuck they want to do. They say whatever they want. They destroy us inside of our own communities. They make most of us unhireable, even if we can work. That type of shit. They fuck with people with real disabilities who can't. They really do fuck up income, life, and all this for real people. And they're nameless, faceless asses who absolutely do insert in our lives. They want about their own income and shit from YouTube. If we dare say one thing back or shut their shit, oh, they're hella mad, bro. Right? So fuck. And if they admit that our lives and what they do to them is they come through and decimate them, whether we're here to speak or not. You gotta think these motherfuckers were uttering our names and slander and putting out shit about us way before we were ever known publicly or knew what they were doing. And they would be doing that regardless, right? Whether we spoke or not, they're making money off people they destroy. People they don't know, communities they don't live in, and victims and survivors they've never met, never will, and didn't know. And they think they're entitled to that while they absolutely annihilate other people's lives, income streams, all their shit. And they really don't have a right to do any of that. You know, they can be like, well, you know, better, but they don't have a fucking right to just terrorize the shit out of communities and fry guys and anons, and neighbors and cancer folks and everybody else, and then just and random family names they hear like they recently did to more like everybody else up and down through these communities, and slander, harass, libel, you know, all the shit, right? Defame, make money off of it, not give a shit how they're affecting their real lives, and then be like, oh, but if so and so could have cash or this, and oh my god, no, but come over here and vote people off an imaginary island when we defame, slander, harass, etc., track, target, trade money on them like goddamn prize deer so we can all talk shit about them, you know, and destroy them. I mean, it's the mind fuck over here, and that they feel entitled to do so, and their audiences watch, cheered on, and agree. So always has been. But also watched Cow Patty Critterland. Because recently they've been, well, not only do you have them condoning the use of the N word from Dawn lately, but you know, and Sherry being like, yeah, I mean, N can stand for, and you have the patting away of it. Jinkies, you know, was like, fuck this, I'm shutting this down at first anyway. But the cow and Sherry and Ellen were like, oh no, it's fine, the N word's fine, and then also weighing in on the anti-LGBTQ plus hate and the bashing on it where it concerns Justin and Trevor and everybody else in between. I guess they decided that those who are giving them shit for it uh, are all meanies, you know. Uh, and that their hot take was going to be putting up a video of PG bashing Trevor a while back. Justin, is that right? Because I guess to cow patties and all them, uh, they're like, oh, well, if PG can do it, then it should be fine for us, and nobody's raising hell. No, everybody raised hell about PG doing that too. It's people just have short-term memories of here, eventually move on, right? It's like PG's whole sex trafficking thing a while back, and people forget, move on. All the other dumb shit, just like they want to forget how much misinformation and shit critters and them are responsible for pumping out conspiracy theory, nutbag shit, and time waste and calls to Ellie and this and the other that critters is responsible for in summers and shit. Much like the rest, but worse ones. And anyway, so that was their hot take. They put up a vid today of PG to excuse their own behavior. Like, well, if PG can do it, then it should be fine for us. Doing it to Justin and whoever else. No, it ain't fine. It ain't fine for any of y'all. Hate's hate. I don't care. Ain't fun for any of y'all, but for any reason. Um, and racism ain't cool either. The bashing of victims and shit survivors, that ain't cool on anybody's. Supporting abusers while, especially while helping them target survivors and victims to keep lines and boxes on ain't cool either. This place, they do have a habit of making more victims, not helping. They're all about that life for gang gang. Right? These monsters behind these fucking icons. The, like the Miley Cyrus is a chupacabra. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah. But it's not just gossip. It destroys. What they're doing destroys real victims and survivors, their families, their communities, and real cases. And the depths they go to at this point with manipulating courts, services, the little ways these people are intertwined and have little true crime nutters in the background helping them that work at these places is horrifying. And it should horrify everyone. And it should alarm the fuck out of everyone, especially law enforcement feds. And I know it is. And you can see very real reaction and response times picking up these tragic events when they hear of and start trying to latch on to the case, especially since and in that I find hope. But the way in which they're fucking tampering with everything, and setting inside of communities, into lives, into the cases, tampering with courts surrounding cases, also shit cases within cases, trying to set off, trying to provoke moments. Like this group, even including Simons, was trying to get a physical altercation started and set up with Leilani and MGL and all them Billy Joe, but that didn't happen because I have a feeling people are watching and listening, reporting what the plan was. And things changed so that they really didn't do. And then what you have is the moment with Dolly ICU and the little true crime soap nutter that is local or whatever that came in and had the little bullhorn around on it. Yeah. Anyway, the whole setup, a bunch of fuckery, and that's happening and occurring. And then you have them all the way down to where they're shutting down court proceedings and helping people do that. And then court cases that reside or connect with or other community members or witnesses and shit around, like they tried to do mine and Littles and everything else, set up even more of those things. And then with uh, even Marley, all these other cases around, and to try to tamper with those to get fodder and to try to discredit and target and harm a lot of people around summer, um, for some big fat reason right before receiving a golden ticket to 110 and 125. It's a whole bunch of fuck shit. It should concern and alarm everyone with the depths they're going to in these cases and around them and how far they're all willing to go and what they can control or set up around these cases should alarm and terrify everyone. And it sounds tinfoil, but it's not. There's proof enough here. Even in just summers and what they've done that can't be denied. May sound tinfoil, especially to those who are new or new eyes coming in, but it's real and it's really happening, and it's really been happening since instantly after the alert went out to all of us. Whether we were speaking or aware of it then or not, it was already happening. And a lot of us were aware within hours that something was fucking afoot, but still didn't realize far 2 months later. Yeah. At that time, there was no real warning for it. Yeah. God, I don't know what kind of. I'm wondering if I've not gotten a bug or something on top of house phone because I can't. I don't know, but that's been happening for a couple weeks now. I can't take shit. Everything is And I truly don't know if that's just a me thing over the past 2 months or if that's like COVID shit off and on, kicking back in. If it's, I never know whether it's new shit kicking in. I don't know, but it's more than just taste bud recycling. Right now, I'm in another cycle of can't taste shit. It's annoying. Can't taste shit, and what I can taste tastes like garbage and not right. Oh my god, did they go with that still? No. Well, thank God for small. Oh, hmm, interesting. Indeed. And for me, it's just when you hear this stupid shit from these fucking panel riders, from these critters, these cows, the shit they spin that cause chaos. And you don't have to do any Google like shit to know in the first 12 seconds. Somebody's lying. Shit's being thrown at me like just, but it sounds good, right? Because it's the delivery and people don't go, wait a minute, hold up, that doesn't make a lick of sense, you know? And it spreads like wildfire because they don't know these children and how different they are. I mean, they just, oh, that they're so, but you see that there are very real reasons why controlled or targeted abduction uh, could be very likely, but the shit they've made up run with ain't issues garbage. But right. And this place has helped people who may be responsible for why and if Summer was taken in a controlled, planned, or premeditated way, and that it's still, yeah, this place is more likely to help those that may have potential roles in that than it is to help figure out fucking why or find the truth. They'd rather run garbage and waste time and not search for Occam's razor or basics or truth of any variety. They'd rather lie and create drama, tragedy, than not. That's what they'd rather. And that makes no sense unless, you know, like I've said, it's all about these pieces of shit behind those icons. Then whatever they proclaim to care about. And if there's proof of them being their own varieties of monsters behind those icons and criminals, cons this and other people ignore it. And even after you watch them walk out and do monster shit like harass, terrorize women, abuse women and children in their own lives, help abusers further abuse. Some of these creators actually commit child abuse right in front of you and all that shit, and everybody just allow it to be. These people are abuser helpers and handholders and friend makers, and they're victim and survivor makers, not helpers. So I don't know. This place is fucking dark, though. It's darker than fucking midnight. Truly, truly. I feel like I forgot to eat. I think I did. I don't. Like I said, it's not a good day for me. I'm trying right now. Let's see. Yep, that's about right. Holy shit. Are you serious? Wow. This game. Yeah, it is. Try to see. They don't get one of those. Yeah, well, maybe this bench will actually appear. Ah, the invisible benches, you know, in prayer gardens. They never appear, do they? Especially around vigil times. I've damn near had enough. God help me out. I am so hard. Who else? Okay. Hmm. You gotta be kidding. No, you're not. Quit asking that. It's rhetorical. Shit, it's rhetorical. Are you leaving Ocean Tide? There's Mountain Cat. I don't know. Which one of y'all's leaving? Coming or going? Are you leaving? Mountain Cat's like, I'm done with this shit. I'm over it. Fuck it all. Thank you, Miss Broofer, too. No. Way over. Y'all, if these dumb shits make me have to go out in the cold and the rain tonight, I'm gonna be a little ticked. And I'm really gonna make sure that I'm gonna start having the extra bougie ice and it only, not the semi bougie ice. 'Cause I broke these shit. How am I too? And we'll keep it up until that shit is not fixed. I'm gonna be hella pissed with myself. Ugh, the goofy shit going on outside. I'm in no mood. But anyway, um, no, she's not. I meant to get back to you earlier. I got distracted by mm, little, you know, teenager days. Some days they hiss, and other days they're like, hey. I got distracted, and then there was some major things flying, and then all the crazy messaging, all the stuff. Oh, Alright, it's a new rule. If I have to be tortured, y'all are just gonna get tortured with. So we're Matt. So we're Matt. I had to touch the damn button. So, let's all be tortured together. Actually, I'll do it this way. It's even louder, crisper. No, that's a thing? Okay. Yeah, here's a walkthrough. What is this? Why are you doing me this way? Dear algorithms, knock it off. What is a Forge t-shirt pocket?
All right, guys, what is going on? Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a great weekend. I got a service announcement. Happy says it's through the roof. Anyway, hope you're having a good day. What are we going to talk about, guys? I don't even know why I asked that.
Yeah. Okay.
When it comes to Dawn and Candace and Summerwell's case, there's all kinds of crap to talk about. So, um, I do got something to say though. This woman who has come out and is claiming to be the cousin of, I think, Candace. Just yeah, yeah, just that voice sounds very familiar, and I'm gonna go ahead and call BS on it. Okay, guys, go ahead right now. I'm gonna go ahead and call BS on it. So,
I mean, when Don B even calls bullshit on it, you know, but it's not her bullshitting, and of course there's always that double-edged sword to call out these motherfuckers. Gives them more attention. That's a problem. Even I knew that at 4 in the morning. But no. You know, if John B's calling some shit bullshit.
ooh, that sounds bright. Uh, Hope you guys can see me okay. Well, you should be able to. The sun's on me. Um,
Oh, look at that. Ocean Tide has been a member a year. Feels like a fucking eternity some days, doesn't it, Ocean?
been listening to a lot of people. A lot of people have questions. So I'm here to just kind of go over some topics that I've seen people asking or talking about. So it's kind of just a mix up of things. Uh, Seen some people talking about the grand jury. When are we gonna?
He's the one putting that shit out. Always, they do that like twice a year when they know the meetings take place. Oh shit, when they're held. He's been the one doing that shit. And he's like, oh, but people have been. Bro, stop it.
Possibly hear something on the grand jury because DA talked about it and all that stuff. Um, well, in my opinion, this is my opinion. I don't think we're going to know anything until the people indicted on it are arrested and in jail. And more than likely,
Now that's his opinion. Doesn't keep him from making 9,000 videos about subpoenas and grand juries and such, though, does it? And the in between? Hell no. Bless.
Exactly, doing some research on it. I would say those indictments, they'll be sealed. More than likely, I bet those will be sealed indictments, guys. Um, turn my camera around this way a little bit. How's that, guys? Let me face the sun a little bit that way. Maybe it gets my whole face in here. Um, but a little tan too. But I think if there's indictments, they'll be sealed, and we're not going to know about it till people are, you know, comfortable, if you will, in jail. There's my take on the grand jury indictments if it goes down. Um, Another thing people were talking about too is, um, Will Summers' case ever be solved? Because Hawkins County is such a small police.
I just can't. I just can't. These people have no faith, no hope. And what the fuck are you here for? Why are you here talking about every goddamn day? Why are people here watching doing it? If you hold no hope or faith that Summer's gonna be found and justice served and answers had, what the fuck are you even doing here? Why not lay it down and fuck off? You'll find something better to do, like anything, really.
Course. Um, yes, I do think it'll be solved. Um, and here's pretty much the way it works out, guys. Because a lot of police stations or police forces in the country are so small, they really rely on the other state agencies and stuff like that to help them out. And that's where the TBI comes into play. Just like in the I keep wanting to say Holly Bobo, but um, what is her name? Sullivan County.
And I was like, I think he means Megan Boswell, not Holly Bobo, which was a not so thing, but anyway, the point is,
I can't think that little girl's name right now, but her mom is in jail because she killed her daughter. Boswell, yeah, Evelyn Boswell. So Megan Boswell. See, Sullivan County, it's I would say small to mediocre police.
I can't believe he said that. I was saying that Sullivan is small to mediocre. I think he used the wrong word because like small and mediocre don't, and that he tried to imply Sullivan is somehow like as small in population or something as Hawkins. It's fucking absurd. Uh, and if he really meant the word mediocre, though, that sentence, I got news for him. Sullivan ain't mediocre anything. he just talks out of his ass. Y'all not like, yeah, there's a point there where TM and I and others were talking, and like even almost 2 years in, like what the fucking hell is your all's population at? Because you're talking like you ain't got shit nowhere, you know? It's like hell, we even have that here. Like, you don't have that there, and to find out that half of these tragedy pimps come from places smaller than fucking even Hawkins in population wise. Um, but they make it sound like they don't. And then I give out our numbers here for population density and police forces and shit like that, and they're like, "Holy shit, really?" I'm like, "Yeah, really. You never once in this whole thing looked up how large this area really is and how many people really live here in the Tri-Cities area where we all operate as one, right? Rogersville and Hawkins operate within like we all come and go from each area. It's Kingsport, Johnson City, Bristol. We all mesh, but the thing is that these people really even had these creators really think it's some dumb fuck built USA, and that there's like 12 people and like one Dairy Queen or something here. But it turns out we are far larger than most of the places where these assholes find these icons go. It's weird as hell. Like, I know where this douche nozzle lives, and I can tell you that the population density here is far higher in Sullivan and the police department. There aren't mediocre, but I think he used the wrong word because I don't know what the fuck he meant by small to mediocre. I really fucking. I don't know why he's insulting the police department. Anyway,
department. Um, but again, these police departments, they have their hands full with other crimes that they're investigating and this and that. So TVI steps up and says, "Hey, we'll investigate it for you." And
but it's very real lack of understanding of why TBI is involved, and he thinks it's because these police departments are what small to mediocre. Shows me he doesn't even know the goddamn basics. But he's out here investigating, he's gonna figure it out for you. Listen to this again.
we'll basically do all the grunt work, hands full with other, I would say, small to mediocre. And that's where, the TBI comes in. I do think it'll be solved. And here's pretty much the way it works out, guys. Because a lot of police stations or police forces in the country are so small, they really rely on the other state agencies and stuff like that to help them out. And that's where the TBI comes into play. Just like in the I keep on saying Holly Bobo, but um, what is her name? Sullivan County. I can't think of that little girl's name right now. But her mom is in jail because she killed her daughter. Boswell, yeah, Evelyn Boswell. So Megan Boswell. See, Sullivan County, it's I would say small to mediocre police department. Um, but again, these police departments, they have their hands full with other crimes that they're investigating and this and that. So TVI steps up and says, "Hey, we'll investigate it for you, and we'll basically do all the grunt work for you, so you guys can focus on multitasking with other stuff that comes up." You know what I mean? Um,
That's how he thinks it works for missing and murdered children. and that TBI and FBI only get involved if it's a small, like, I guess, Podunkville town, and, um, you know, they can't, whatever on there. Yeah, that's not it. Um, the federal agencies immediately step in once certain alerts are issued, right? In all missing children's cases, like, yeah, it's a thing. No matter how big or small your fucking police department is, yep, fucking agent. Anyway, in smaller areas, it does help bring in certain equipment and specialists, and when it's fed level and certain alerts go out, certain costs, um, the fed level government bears the brunt of instead of small areas where it can decimate, the budgeting and all that. And it can help find these children quicker. Simple as that. It's a national thing. It's part of the process with missing and murdered children. All right. Don B here doesn't seem to realize that. While we're on it, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you all that. Hold on. Uh, and Sullivan, and for most Hawkins, like, it's a joint thing, like just a couple miles down the road. Most people from most Hawkins come to Sullivan and Kingsport, right? Or work in and then live in Hawkins. Like, now on the other end of Rogersville, they go to other places, but they still, like, all operate as Fountain. But anyway, and literally, there's just a couple miles difference, separating county line and here from. Um, let's see if I can find job openings. So, all right. In 2021, the population for Sullivan County was right at 160,000. All right, 160,000. This one, as far as I know, is recall. Full. I think their population density is, well, if 2021, it's like 4,000. Yeah, which is, even less than Hawkins. Hawkins' population in 2021 was 57,300. But this one wants to talk about how it's finished. It's fine. Uh-huh. And I can assure you that both of those have grown with the out-of-state sales and people trying to leave big cities. There's been a population boom around here, but, and that's just Sullivan. That doesn't include Washington and all the others that operate around us. Anyway, yep. But these same small town YouTubers want to make everybody else think we're the ones that are actually small. Everybody's, I don't think they understand the difference between giant city and people kind of work in it, do whatever, and then they live out in the middle of nowhere. Like there's a epicenter and there's all the things in the city's connected to the tri-city area. And then people have the out of nowhere homes. Or they just want people dumb fucks in the middle of nowhere. And like even like a McDonald's. I'm not sure. Or real law enforcement. I'm not sure what the fuck the hell is. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure. Because they have to paint a picture. And Sullivan County ain't fucking mediocre on the PD area. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, that's a very real lack of understanding, yes, about how alerts go for missing children and how feds step in with those. It has nothing to do with the size of the police department or whether they're outstanding or mediocre, whatever the hell. I don't know what he was trying to correlate there. I mean, small and mediocre didn't go together, so I'm sure he actually meant something else when misspoke, but ain't it, bro? Ain't it? Anyway.
And sure enough, they come through. I mean, they handed over, like over 1,000 pages. This is my comeback. Start yours at PurdueGlobal.edu. Early payday, fee-free overdrafts, no monthly fee. Chime, the #1 most loved banking app. To the district attorney on Megan up, you know what I mean?
No, we don't.
And sure enough, they come through. I mean, they handed over, like over 1,000 pages to the district attorney on Megan Boswell, just alone. Social media evidence, other kinds of evidences too. Other kinds of evidence too. Um, so yeah, rest assured, just because Hawkins County is a small police force, and they never dealt with anything like this. The TBI has. They deal with this stuff. Almost on a weekly basis, helping other police precincts out with.
It's a whole last state. There's lots of missing children. I go on multiple times a day, every day throughout the week, but whatever not.
Specialized investigative techniques and stuff, and don't forget the FBI is involved too, guys. So the FBI is definitely involved too. So, I mean, if stuff's being investigated outside the Tennessee state line, the FBI be involved in that too. And they've been involved from probably day 3 with the was it card team. So, but
holy shit. What a fucking travesty. Hold on.
Rest assured, the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department has resources from the state and the federal government to help them out with this, and they've been committed to it. It's just, you know, like the DA said, the players in this drama ain't making it easy. That's interesting to hear him say that. The players, like if you listen to...
If Don B was so certain of this the whole time, why did he feel the need to have people sneakily inside of Donna Candace's house? Or why did he feel the need to stalk them? Or why did he still feel the need to have people here locally stalking all of us or coming by our places and doing the shit they're doing around us? Yeah, make that make sense. So what the fuck was Don B doing? And what's he still doing? And why? It's like the other night, right? I kind of filter out through the day this one little thing that I had company. And then only after it reaches one of these tragedies, instantaneously, one of the known stalkers showed up at the stop sign. Tells me, the connections. Um, and it tells me that these cretins, just like whenever they have people driving by, taking pics to them, whatever, acting like there's some sort of federal goddamn law enforcement in our lives. Or that the feds need help keeping an eye on us or something. No, they don't. Not in the least. Um, and just that alone tells me that that wasn't some Fed watching my device, blah, 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 right? And otherwise, they've been here seconds themselves, right? And they're nope, it's tragedy, pimp. Right. And it shows me this. When I'm able to do little things like that, right? I can then take the time I message a certain person, and then I can show on cameras the known stalker on a camera within a certain length of time. And then I'm sure y'all can imagine how that'll look. Proof's there. When contact's made, one knows about it. It's proof that they're um, responsible for. And that communications between certain folks here on the ground and the tragedy pimps need to be looked at and pulled. And that their data and shit information, and that they're responsible for the stalking of us. And since I've also been able to track and trace a great deal, many of the stalkers since the beginning for this um, a 2 year period, and back to where they live locally and who they really are and all this shit, that's also helpful. And, certain people from the very beginning, the main players, the main players, and having that done to us from the earliest stages, and that it connects me. It's something to behold when you get down and into it. But yeah, why do you think they do that to all of us? Do you think it's the feds that need their fucking help doing it? Or knowing if we really have company or anything like that? Hell no, it ain't. The feds know where we are and what the fuck we're doing and everything else around everybody else and everything. No, they do that so they can try to get photos, dig into our lives, get tag numbers for anybody visiting. They can see who we're dating or spending a night bagging with or anything like that. They can get pictures of our children and our family, whatever, anything that might end up being salacious that they can sell off of here or send back to the main tragedy. It ain't for any help to anything. Feds don't need it. But people like them be like, oh yeah, they're, feds have it. Then why in the fuck are you inserting yourself in our lives to agree that y'all are stalking, terrorizing, inserted, contacting our families, blackmailing, fake agents fake this, fake that. People inside of our homes, people surrounding our families, our abusers, considered in a court sheet. Do you think that's in any way helpful to the feds or law enforcement? Or not making their caseloads heavier rather than lightening them so they can pay attention to other shit? No, it does. These people are helping themselves at the cost of the victims, their families, their community, witnesses, everybody else. That's what they're doing. Right? It is. It ain't okay, man. It ain't okay. Fucking smug ass look on these people's faces, I swear. Respect those ones. Right? Yeah, I don't know how I'm looking better, such as what. I feel worse than I've felt in a very long. I think it's that I've been getting a little sun and the lighting maybe or something, or maybe the addition of like uh skin shit I've been putting on. It's got like a tint of makeup to it to try to even out my skin tone because the radiation is now got skin tip spot. But trust me, y'all won't trade with me. Trade you one of my best days for one of your bad ones. I'm telling you, feel like dead.
The way these people talk, they drop these little clues, and like to know who the players are that the police know about. You know what I mean? That's what I'd like to know. I'd like to be a fly on the wall in the DA's office one day. You know, it'd be pretty cool. Um, and here's something I want you to think about too. I got to thinking about this last night, and because people were talking about everything after Summer went missing. A lot of people are focused on a lot of stuff that's happened after Summer went missing. Um, I think there may be more evidence before June 15th.
No shit. Like wow. Like the possibilities there, they're just now hitting Don Besa. Not just the Jerry Springer shit. There could be things leading up to before. There could be a reason Candace and Dawn took immediately online to shit on everybody that knew anything about anything, but no real suspects. And they just threw shit at everybody closest to real witnesses. Goddamn, taking 2 years to come to that.
Then after, like cell phone data.
And thing is, still, yeah, two things can coexist. Could just be fucking two yahoos out here yahooing after the fact, taking full advantage of it, placing themselves before, making sure, you know, all the other things weren't discovered, found, whatever the fuck it is, right? But still not be responsible for something. And anyway, and whatever transpired with you. The hell, the chicken and the egg situation.
Um, Maybe security cam footage, maybe um, vehicle data matched up with security cam data, matched up with cell phone data. You know what I mean? I think. Attention. New L Vibe Hyaluron Plump Hydrate for up to 72 hours from L'Oreal Paris.
They make my want to have a permanent twitch.
And I will stick to my gut.
That was a chicken nugget advertisement for McDonald's, which I find hilarious, but I don't have enough energy to like algorithms, man. Algorithms. Here, those are on sale right now.
With this, I just got a gut feeling that um, this was planned. I think it was planned, and I think there's a lot of evidence before June 15th that will come into play once all this comes out. That's what I'm thinking. And I never really thought about that until last night. Everybody was talking about, I kept hearing everybody talk about, after June 15th, but if this was planned, there'll more likely be a lot of cell phone data and all that stuff before June 15th that goes into play and all this stuff, and then that'll get brought out. You know what I mean? Um, and I can't believe um, there's still, um, and nothing wrong with it. I mean, everybody has their own, theories and everything, but there's still a lot of people that have the accident cover-up theory. Um, me personally, with everything that's come out, um, I can't go with an accident theory. I just can't. Uh, and the reason I can't go with an accident theory is because CPS was involved before Summer went missing. I know what you're saying. Well, maybe CPS is out there because of the, home situation, and they gave Dawn and Candace, 30 days to fix it. And well, the next day they didn't fix it, and something happened to Summer. I just, and the roof, someone was talking about maybe Summer playing on the roof. It might have been Dawn. Um, Summer and the boys playing on the roof. Well, it's all fine and dandy, but like, where's that message, or where's that been at for the last 2 years, right? So I just, I just do not believe that what happened to Summer was an accident. In my gut, with everything that has been brought out and uh, everything like that, I believe it was planned, and somebody didn't want to go to prison. Is my gut feeling on this. Because there's a lot of, with everything coming out, all the stuff, that was happening at 110 Ben Hill Road, according to Jody Sue. Some pretty sick stuff.
Why? Why is that always my name? I'm changing my fucking name. I'm changing it. Bitches. Oh my god. See, I'm a fucking heart attack. That was all the energy I had for at least the next week. Just the fucking. Mother. I just want to growl at these people and fucking eat their faces off Hannibal style. Some days. Some days. And then to say that, oh, according to there's all sick stuff on it. Man, I said the dude's so weed. They could potentially have a sedative effect on little ones. And it does. They're little ones. Bro, they're little ones. You can't even be giving them pot. It has a sedative effect. Fuck, it has a sedative effect on grown ass adults. Jesus. Go watch AB or TM when they're smoking or bones and they get high midstream. And then they're like, fuck off. So tired of this shit. But see, they still tragedy pimping on that chasing TM twist of that shit. And I can't with them. Yeah, it's a lovely how women they shit on my name and they target us like he did about a week ago. Started just to inset with the targeting again, my son, this, that. But when they need to use us on the other side, like Michelle Walks did the other day, when they need it to not look so much so they can bring out. And I told them, Ocean, you've been around here long enough. What I fucking tell them? I stood here and withstood the eating, terrorizing, torment. Because eventually they could only do whatever for so long. They're going to run out of shit. And yeah, thanks to regurgitate the old shit. But then eventually anything I did decide to give out, any other little tidbits I chose to say or whatever, they would never really be able to fully run with it. Because they've spent almost 2 years mind fucking the hell out of people where it concerns me or receipts or anything else. They can't then be like, okay, but today, guys, I think she's, oh God, how are we gonna spend this? We've spent fucking 2 years for Candace and Dawn eating and shitting on this girl and her children and her family and then helping her abuse her, further abuse her and her children. Oh God. What the fuck now when she gives that real receipt or says something else? Oh my God, we really want to talk about that. I told you they would be able to. And I've seen a couple versions, especially lately. Well, they're like, I think today, though, I think Jody said, I know how y'all feel better. Like Michelle did the other day, remember the big. And she's like, but I think in this instance, we need to lay back and just listen to. I'm like, No, I ain't the way it works. I told y'all this whole time, just like I told the tragedy fans, right? There will come a day, and that day is indeed coming. And I don't know how they're what they gonna do then. And I've seen them try to do it with it, but when they need us to, then do it's just whatever. But then you always still get like this stupid spin on it to make it seem like yeah, it's a double-edged thing. It's just Jody who says a little sick shit was happening for a little. Bitch, please. I said no more of it than Allie or Dudley or Leslie or any of the rest. It's just that I got more shit for it and they latched on to us. That was it. And there's a reason for that too. But and those people were out far longer than we were, apparently speaking on the same things. They did not get eaten. And I didn't know they'd already said these. I say the exact same things, and then they spin the entire fuck out of everything and make people think it's just shit. It's so stupid what they thought. And people never caught on to it. Instead, it's, you know, just, some did. Now, I don't know what Feisty's on about 90 days or anything. I don't really what, I don't know.
And that with other stuff that I've heard, um, I do not think it was an accident. I think it was planned. Summer had to get gone. She just had to. Now, she could still be alive. She may not be. But, you know, June 15th was planned, in my opinion. And the other thing that I want to talk about, too, is um,
And if that possibility never hit him till recently, is that what the fuck he said?
other stuff that I've heard ago. So I just I just do not believe that what happened to Summer was an accident. In my gut, with everything that has been brought out and uh, everything like that, I believe it was planned and somebody didn't want to go to prison. Is my gut feeling on this. Because there's a lot of, with everything coming out, all the stuff, that was happening at 110 Ben Hill Road, according to Jody Sue, some pretty sick stuff. And that with other stuff that I've heard, I do not think it was an accident. I think it was planned. Summer had to get gone. She just had to. Now, she could still be alive. She may not be. But, you know, June 15th was planned, in my opinion. And the other thing that I want to talk about, too, is
I swear he said, look,
involved before Summer went missing. Um, and nothing wrong with it. I mean, everybody has their own, theories and everything. But there's still a lot of people that cell phone data and all that stuff before June 15th that goes into play and all this stuff, and then that'll get brought out. You know what I mean? Um, and I can't believe um, there's still, um, and nothing wrong with it. I mean, everybody has their own, theories and everything. But there's still a lot of people that have the accident cover up theory. Um, I just, me personally, with everything that's come out, um, I can't go with an accident theory. I just can't. Uh, and the reason I can't go with an accident theory is because CPS was involved before Summer went missing. I know what you're saying. Well, maybe CPS was out there because of the, you know, home situation, and they gave Dawn and Candace, 30 days to fix it. And well, the next day they didn't fix it, and something happened to Summer. I, I just, and the roof, someone was talking about maybe Summer playing on the roof. It might have been Dawn. Um, Summer and the boys playing on the roof. Well, it's all fine and dandy, but like, where's that message, or where's that been at for the last 2 years? Right.
It's actually kind of been out there, but they're making it right. Nah, it's a Dudley thing there, and it's people spinning it off of also uh, Summer and them playing on the scaffolding and shit once again. Because the images and shit you'll see, perspective, all that, all they look. I don't even think if Summer fell off the scaffolding it's attached to the side of the house. That'd be high enough to hurt or the boys. But Dudley does. I mean, it's having whatever. But that's also discounting the dogs, scent dogs, live and cadaver. Until so, you know, I just there's so many things that would have to be leaped over. Um, and then from like the full on roof, I mean, no, like, just, and I'm pretty sure like anybody inside the home or otherwise would have had a good idea if she were up on the roof playing that day. Uh, yeah, you don't miss footsteps on the roof, bro. You know, you just don't. And, I just whatever. But yeah, the whole thing's been about. Anyway,
So I just I just do not believe that what happened to Summer was an accident. In my gut, with everything that has been brought out and uh, everything like that, I believe it was planned, and somebody didn't want to go to prison. Is my gut feeling on this. Because there's a lot of with everything coming out, the all the stuff that was happening at 110 Ben Hill Road, according to Jody Sue, some pretty sick stuff.
why is it always me, bro? I mean, Allie and H and Leslie and Dudley and everybody else said the same fucking shit. Hell, they've said more honestly than you know what I mean. And they were speaking for I was the fuck you mean? Why is it always put on me, bro? The only thing you really have here is a commonality of all of us around them really telling you all the same things. But this place really ate, tormented, terrorized, and made people think that it was just coming from Joe. Even the weed thing. Hell, Don and them had said it, admitted to it, all this other shit. Dawn had even admitted to showering with Summer by this point. They're like, oh, Jody Sue said it. Blah, blah, blah. It's not possible. But yet here was Dawn herself admitting to it. What? And people still going with that Jody Sue's line about the show. There's no way she's seen this. Dawn himself has been like, hey, yeah, I was sharing with all the children. But it persists around here that I'm lying. And then they also never bring Allie and him into it. Allie and him said the same fucking thing. Right? Everybody said the same pot shit. God forbid I go a little bit more scientifically in depth and say, you know, that, could have a sedative effect on children. And since there were little girls, I don't know what the fuck, but you don't sell to children, bro. You don't sell to, or for children. You just fucking don't. And you don't use them. I mean, it's like, but there's Dawn itself going, yep. And Dudley and everybody else agreeing, yeah, they were using with the children as well. But I get eaten alive for it. And chasing their bullshit, just like the other day, twisting its fucking hand, pretending that. And this place eats it, but they ignore the truth, right? And that everybody else, including Dawn and them, like, yeah, true story, bro. You see chasing out here, chasing down Dawn fucking Wells for it. Do you see chasing down Allie for it? H, Candace. I mean, give me a fucking break already, dude. Jody Sue's just Jody Sue. Right? The mind fuck they've done to people. Oh my, and like making them think I'm the one that put all like pitying them. Look at all the shit she's done in summer for her. Bitch, the fuck you say? So by those standards I said and agree with, and there's community knowledge that all these things were happening by a great many of us around summer and them, right? Uh, but what? Like, didn't eat the others before me or after? And let's be real, I was one of the last to speak. They didn't eat the others. And they didn't eat me until it suited or it was asked to be done. But I did no more than say the same thing others. And all of us, strangely enough, are the ones that get targeted and terrorized by Mullen and Strategy Pence and directed to be targeted. Weird, eh? Yeah, it ain't weird. Ain't weird, at least. Anyway, hey, Justin. Yeah, I'm
And that with other stuff.
amen on that. By the way, fuck the cows. Did you see that little bitch put up and tagged you in and Trevor in? Trying to. I talked about it earlier. Ah, cows. It's a hate farm. And Justin, I feel like death. I shouldn't even be here. Didn't want to be here. That fake panel writer and the bullshit, and that the cows are going with the garbage, and everybody's giving attention, and Ziggy's lighting up with get attention the fuck over there on her unretirement shit right before vigil. It has me feeling some type of way. I felt like I needed to speak about it. I already did a fucking live, come live yesterday at 4 and I'm trying to get in front of that stupid cart full line bitch panelist, and it didn't work. It didn't work. I'm hoping tonight gets through. I don't know. I don't know, just I feel like that. But you know that ain't never stopped me from bitching about tragedy pimps when they're acting sideways. Right now we're going over Don B suddenly realizing that abduction didn't mean abduction could be controlled. After I've been screaming that for 2 years. But these people always gonna be like, oh, she heard a scream, so she thinks stranger abduction. I never fucking said that. Do I think that there's a higher percentage where, for summer, as opposed to the regular national average and shit, where it concerns stranger abduction? Yes. But that's because of the out-of-staters, brush cutters, property sales, tree cutters, all that shit. And it does increase around summer in that regard, where it can be stranger abduction, right? Um, but just because I heard a scream doesn't mean the children heard that hopefully one day will be explained, and that we're okay if there's an explanation either way. But that doesn't mean that it's an abduction at all of any variety, right? I've never said it meant Dawn and have always taken it and made it. Always they were the first ones to put that idea out there. But apparently even before he left the hill that day, according to Grandis on the WJHL thing, wildly enough, before even property was searched. Wild as fuck to me, honestly. But I've always kind of heard the one word used one time, and they kind of vanished that out of an article into oblivion. I know I have the originals of it, but it vanished. And then in person, I think I may have heard it one time. It was one or the other. Either way, I heard it, and and it didn't go that far off of quick succession idea thought on June 15th within minutes of realizing somewhere was missing. Um, I've always thought there was a very real chance that from idea 4 onward that day, I thought there was a good possibility that it was controller playing something. And damn sure wasn't walking into the woods, but especially after I and the other neighbors failed to locate her. And you could just feel. And like we looked at each other, and I remember looking at each other, and it's just like, man, she's not here. She's not. There's problem was almost immediately you had to contend with the jello and mud. But I've always been with law enforcement in the way that foul play of some variety is definitely fucking involved, and that I've never ever been. Have y'all ever heard me stand here for like fucking drink? Oh, it has to be a stranger, but it has to. No, you ain't. She didn't walk off into the woods to never be seen again. That's fact. She's dead. All right. Whatever occurred June 15th. And I don't know how law enforcement divides foul play from abduction, but they do apparently have those under different categories. And if you notice the listing of it on certain federal sites and through news articles they've released and things, and when they do play all of the clips for you and don't just cherry pick them, and the breakups between, like, say, the noon news, 5 o'clock, and then 11 o'clock, where they cut the pieces, and then they're like, oh, there's no abduction or whatever, right? Uh, but they always say that that is still on the table, and all possibilities are still on the table, including abduction, kidnapping, whatever. For me, that's never solely meant stranger, and I've never said stranger. Though the perfect storms occurring at that time does put summer, at least in my opinion, at higher risk of a stranger. Sort of. Because, like, woodcutters, brush cutters. Now, they had a couple weeks on her property to get to know her. Wouldn't be entirely unknown. It wouldn't be entirely known either. But, at least to her. But, but the out-of-staters, shit like that, coming on properties, where they had wrongly put addresses and all this other shit online everywhere, all these out-of-staters and the little prospectors that come in for a lot of out-of-staters to go check out the shit first. That family is pulling some fuck shit to make 125 and 110 looked like it collided and was together, and they were trespassing, taking photos to fool people out of state, to make them think it was rolling hills, and fuck somebody really hard from out of state that was too stupid to know better. And they were very much coming on both properties, whatever. There's a goddamn higher possibility for some vanishing in the hands of a stranger. However, still, look, and but they do separate foul play and abduction. I don't know how, because for me, abduction's like, that's some pretty foul fucking play, fellas. Right? But they do make a distinction. But for me, I'm also, and have always been, whatever transpired on June 15th is a variety of foul play or an abduction of some type, and not necessarily stranger at all. And there's a very real possibility it was controlled. So that's where I kind of stand with it. But I also think that others besides Candace and Dawn could be responsible for that, despite their lifestyle and the danger they brought, and why someone could have targeted Summer, because I do think that is indeed a very real possibility, but not for something as stupid as a drug debt. There are very real possibilities as to why Summer would have been targeted or watched. I think there are others closer that I will never say here publicly that may be responsible, that are not C&D. C&D maybe just taking advantage of the situation and doing what they've been doing since June 15th, which was throwing mud, jello, slinging shit, trying to look better than, not responsible for, etc., blah, 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 because let's be real, I think even on June 15th, you could probably look at those two and be like, well, y'all are terrible, and you're probably guilty of this, and here, let's just go ahead and arrest them. I mean, you fucking probably could have, and built up circumstance, but, the thing is that, and maybe that fear itself, right, would have driven them to do that, but then again, I know them well enough to know that they play this same mud jello bullshit for even minuscule and minor incidents throughout all the years, right? Even day-to-day conversations, it was mud jello. But that when I see that there's a cookie cutter story, one used many, many times, every few weeks, every couple months, then used for Summer, that you all as public thinks, oh, this is, whatever from them. But I know that story to be bullshit because it's been used every time for other things, right? It's always somebody's pissed, usually somebody they've done something wrong to, robbed, etc. Usually has to do with a doubly top situation as well. somebody fucked up doing, whatever the circumstance was. Then these people come back in, have somebody park down at that exact spot, walk up from the same area, and steal something off the top of the hill that is precious or important during a convenient fucking time when Candace is gone or something else, and then it could be blamed. I mean, it's really like a fucking stamp, and that I have proof and evidence of. And then here's the same story being used for something. I don't like it. It's got a certain feel about it. Certain feel about it. All these. And the longer time goes on, and because I've known for a very long time that shit was being pumped out from there as far as like I happened to be on live up here. It might have been TM's when the hoax came in. Sharon and all them were playing with Summer's body being found on 125 that time. And luckily, the journalists, shit, they started messaging this year. I started, getting messages from the other neighbors, all this shit. But knowing Sharon and them were playing in that shit with 110 and then watching in real time as they also used feds off their own daughter's case to play ignorant or certain shit, twist it, call it back in, target us with it. I mean, and then I knew for months they were also having contact still with Monster and fucking around. That's why they were trying very hard to protect, both of their asses, I'd say. But thing is I've known for a very long time where certain harassment and targeting is coming from. But then when you get down to it and you hear Mullen and BK and you hear all these creators finally admitting to it, right? I mean, which BK has for a long time, just nobody paid attention to it. But then lately, as popularity has died down and other creators are willing to admit the roles they've played in it on purpose, and that they've been asked by C&D and otherwise to target or harass certain people around Summer's case, none of us that really I would consider real suspects, meaning a lot of us have been sort of cleared to one another, even if we've not been cleared to C&D, whatever. But I would consider most being targeted or harassed. Uh, just those who knew too much or were too close to the lives of or witnesses to things, and normal folks don't really go about doing that. I have my feels about it. Not convenient. Not convenient in the least. It slung mud and more jello into summer show. But it also made everybody look away from it. And they benefited off of it as much as tragedy parents did in a way. And for me, when you see people like Lips and Adrian and Jenny and the rest of these and TM and the BK room and Scott and everybody else formulating this shit, Penny and everybody else to target and terrorize, especially the children that are witnesses around Summer's case, and the only way to really get to them is by services or to shut their parents up by trying to get them taken and things, or to get back at me because I wouldn't give them all of everything I knew, and the bitches had some feeling about it, or I started calling them out for their fuck shit in my life because they felt fucking entitled. Um, and then the K, everything else, it's insane, but I For me, it feels like a version of witness tampering, intimidation, harassment on a grand scale. And some of those playing in on YouTube, the goal was I had pissed them off. I'd fucked up their money a few times during the scamathons and shit, right? And Josie wasn't wrong about that. And they definitely want eyes off of that right now. As certain shit came out from Hawkins the other day. And then also would not give up what the fuck I knew. No, all the receipts and that shit. And that fucking pissed them all the way off. And then, calling them out for them feeling like they could just do whatever the fuck they wanted in my life around me and with the abuser and do whatever, etc. And I should just be silenced, all sort of shit, like I mean, you name it. We were targeted for a great many reasons. We still are. But you see groups of psychos latching onto you because you either won't give or you won't shut up about them being what they are. But then also you have them doing it because at the end of the day, a lot of them want to be famous on or make astronomical amounts of cash on by writing books, getting TV shows, growing views and subs over here to where they start making 40 plus thousand a video, that type of shit. That's sick as fuck. You don't destroy human beings. Not for a penny and not for a million pennies. Penny, get it? Yeah. Or a laptop. Or another 12-pack drink with your manufactured fake pickles. They're awesome. But, yeah, I found it very real group effort that, very much, hits federal laws. Real fucked up when done in a group effort online. Makes it more serious. But yeah, there's definitely witness tampering and harassment shit around this motherfucker from these tragedy pimps and directed by 110. And you can't tell me there's not. And with no, that's just how I fucking feel about it. Yeah, Justin. Here tell. Once you reach a certain level, like you can start getting, I think it's 1 million clicks per video. It starts pushing out 40,000 or more a video. Sure as fuck does. That's my understanding. And I mean, y'all may be on that type of whatever, but I never hope to see that. And I don't think I ever will anyway. I'm not about that. I'm here for exactly what I said. So, but yeah, that's my understanding. At a certain point, if you start getting like me plus views per bit, then it's 40K upwards per bit. They've always been trying to do that, Justin. They're also trying to pump out Jello like that. Parents of a missing child be worried about. It's like when you're in real time and you watch Dawn, like the morning of the red truck wreck incident, right? Which is quite a while after Summer vanished. And that night I discovered that truck, like, I'd heard him wrecking, I'd heard him revving and shit. I couldn't. I was gonna go down the hill. Made it about a halfway. I'd been moving all day and shit, packing, doing whatever. And, man, my body was just, I couldn't do it. I really thought, I mean, I knew at a certain point, I was like, bitch, if you do not turn around right now and get to that cabin, you're not making, you're going to be stuck in this driveway. We're going to need ambulance. And so I turned around and I left it alone. Every time I fucking do that or ignore something outside, it just makes my PTSD worse. But anyway, I heard it. I was like, fuck it. It's probably XYZ, blah, blah. But I also knew that XYZ wouldn't be yelling and hollering like was carrying on down there. They would have just left it till morning. Yeah, Justin, I will. You should see the other ones I got hanging out in the wings, just waiting for more stupid cows shit to happen. I got all kinds of fun. Anyway, and shit, and pictures. I couldn't decide between something else tonight. But I decided the devil taking pictures of the cow. Comes from Cow and Chicken. You remember the Cartoon Network? I used to love that. Usually come on right before or after Johnny Bravo. Two Stupid Dogs. Anyway, and I use the Angry Beavers quite often. I liked that show too. But I use that one not because Cow's trying to justify anti-LGBTQ plus hate and derivative and what she's been doing to you and all kinds of others and that Jezebel shit and everything else by throwing up that old clip of PG uh, trashing the hell out of Trevor and targeting him and telling him he's going to hell and all that. So she was like, I guess her hot take today over at the cow pasture, Patty Lane, she's going to put up a video, a clip of PG doing it. Therefore, I guess in Cow's mind, if PG could do it, she could do it. I don't know. Trying to justify hate, man, with a video from fucking PG's or something. Wow. But then again, you did the same too, condoning the use of the N word. And Sherry going, yeah, I mean, it means that for anybody and poured on. N word's fine over here. Hate's hate, bro. I don't know what fucking hate farm these bitches grew up on or who raised them, but it wasn't right. I grew up on a fucking farm too, fully functioning one, and we weren't taught fucking hate. And we were damn sure not raised to be like, oh yeah, like, yeah, I mean, like, you know, the N word and stuff like that, slurs, hell no. We, you know, the world is such a shit place right now. You know, one of my first babysitters when I got back here in Tennessee, anyway, was trans. Man, I love that person to death. Still do. They passed not very long ago. But man, I just never been taught hate like that. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what people think about the South. No. And yeah, I get political shit also, but man, hate's hate. And everybody needs to stay out of everybody else's under drawers and stop caring about that or the color of skin. Like, it's fucking 2023. I wanted hoverboards that worked and didn't burn down a house. Battery packs. That's all I was asking for. Self-lacing shoes, maybe. Because now I'm fucking old and my knees hurt. I don't know. Didn't expect shit to turn back to like 1940 fucking 4. Everybody and everybody else's pants. Worried about what color of skin they have, who they fucking love. Damn, give it a rest, bro. Give it a fucking rest. The hell does it hurt anyone else? Doesn't. Like, you know, the soul and heart of a person. That's who they are. not the exterior. Anyway, but skin color, gender, sex, who somebody loves or doesn't love. What the fuck does that have to do with? How the hell, anyway, does that affect anyone else's fucking life? No, day. You know what? It fucking doesn't. Hate's just hate, man. And this shit's out of control. It's worse than I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's fucking tragic, man. Oh yeah, I know. Is it justified Christians? I just can't, you know, just can't. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. But I think that was direct bullshit at Trevor too, honestly, and that's foul because it's basically throwing him out there again. I don't know who Cal thinks she is. On my farm, we done tipped that, sold it off for fucking glue or horses. But you get what I'm saying. I think that one's a little fucking rabid. And how in the hell you own or even have some sort of farm like that one has, and you watch these animals, even the smallest ones, they little lambs, little geese, little ducks, and just love based on hearts and care and you know all these things, but they hold more empathy than their human, more love, and damn sure bring a lot more joy to the world. It's ridiculous. Yeah, and see, they don't have the ability to know about religion either and all that shit. And they don't have to have that concept in order to be kind, to love in return, or to know love, or to know empathy, or pain. So I'm real sick of the whole. But religion says, if an animal has no concept of that, can show more empathy, kindness, all these things. The human being who does have a concept of religion is supposed to make everything whatever. You're doing it wrong, bro. Anyway, let's see.
Stuff that I've heard. Um, I do not think it was an accident. I think it was planned. Summer had to get gone. She just had to. Now, she could still be alive. She may not be. But, you know, June 15th was planned, in my opinion.
And that's what kills me every day. I know that those of us speak this and the other double-edged sword. But damn, these tragedy pimps, especially when directed by people to target, harass, make up shit about other human beings, and it's put so much fucking chaos. But then what you have in real time on that road very early on, and that's what I was saying. So we'll right back around to Southern Drive, like the red truck wreck thing, and that happened quite a while after Southern vanished. You see Don, the other neighbors found it more, reported it, and he was allowed to take pics, but if you listen to the way he speaks, he's taking full pride in it, or the rest of it was just like doing what was right. Anyway, but he immediately runs to YouTube with that, and then him and Cher come out with Tragedy Pimp piece that gets so complicated that what you have is, even for the longest time, I believe Sharon and him had it wrong, and it was because of the drop in signal. Because I happened to be in the car with Dawn that night after an interview or whatever that Sharon and him did. It was going to air or do something, I don't know. And he was so enamored with watching himself, he was about trying to kill us and shit. And I was like, dude, did you just catch that? Like a drop in signal. So now I think that fucking red truck is from 15th. He's like, oh, did they? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, bro. Because to me, it's like, man, there's the world of whoever, whatever the fuck he's watching, that then they're putting this information out there, and you know that the feds are still looking for a red truck. That to the father of a missing girl, who knows that that red truck could be highly important, isn't more concerned that that information was gotten wrong, and then that might cause people to stop looking for the actual red truck feds are looking for as a key in her case. He should have been a sight more worried about that, or correcting it, or calling back into whoever the fuck, but he wasn't. That was not his concern. Watching himself, he was enamored. It was like an Adonis in a mirror at the bottom of fucking a mirror at the bottom of a fucking swimming hole situation, you know? And then you watch so many of those things before you even know really where he's taking his tidbits back to, like a rat on fire with cheese to a hole. You don't understand for months, months. But you know that every time you can watch him in real time, grab anything, even though he is still like. There were times being in conversation, mentioned something you thought they already knew, but apparently they did not, and you didn't understand how. But you get that what the fuck, and not their fake what the fuck. Oh, you're kidding me, shit that they pull around here and everybody else, but the real genuine, huh? And like Don was very notorious for, he would instantly, as soon as you're like, what do you mean footprint? But he didn't get the whole story, so he never got the sentence. He never actually got things from it. It would just be enough. And as soon as he had something new, he'd run like his ass was on fire with it. But he didn't have all the things. And then later on, months and months later, you find out this is where he was coming to, and then it's like, so he wasn't worried about getting out basics or it was having something to give these in trade for whatever the fuck it was. It wasn't about making sure the basics, facts, info were given out in Summer's case to someone trying to help. It was about getting out whatever little bit he could get out to get more attention for them, this, that, the other, the mud, the jello. It wasn't truly to help Summer. Otherwise, he would have wanted to make sure everything was factual, and also he would have had enough sense to know that not all things belonged to this. And I know a lot of us, I don't know what's important or not, but there are certain major things, probably, and we've not been told that we can't say certain things or we can't do this, can't do that, but there are certain things as an intelligent being you have to be like, no, mm-mm. It's not wise to know, especially when you know that you're around a bunch of motherfuckers that mimic and weave and build their stories around certain shit, or go tragedy pimp with them, right? And I don't think that's normal behavior for those with missing loved ones and such. And especially if their goal is to use this place to help find someone. But I've seen many instances of that. That to me speaks of something else. And then when you come right down to it and you watch all of us get eaten, harassed, targeted, lies told about us, these creators admitting that people had asked for it to be done, those around C&D directing it to be done, and them, because even PG admitted that Candace and Dawn did ask her to lie about us and all so shit. I mean, like, and that ain't the first one or last one, you know? And the thing is, at the end of the day, it's stupid because, you know, at the end of the day, the fact remains that none of what the kids and I witnessed, seen, heard that could count. Like, it could all be nothing. Absolutely nothing. I've always made. And maybe one day we will get an explanation to the screen. Uh, but that too can be something else. I don't know what the fuck else, and I've asked a multitude of times to please get an explanation. Still not a. But at the end of the day, you still have us being part of the timeline, right? So in that way, the children and I are, you know, part of it, whether C&D or anybody else like that or not, you know. So I don't know what the fuck to tell anybody. But I think even that 609 forward timeline fucks with shit. So, and I don't know how. It's really it. Yeah. I try to figure out how, obviously, but it's really to eventually get full answers. But I think much like this place was a mutually beneficial relationship for a bunch of fucking monsters jerking off and profiting from misinformation, harassment, targeting, and profiting off of all of it, no matter collateral. The problem is, all these tragedy pimps say they give a shit about summer. Thing is, like Don just said, Don B, you know, and it could have very well meant that every day Summer's been out here somewhere under the worst of conditions, and very much alive. But you know, as tragedy pimps, they go to bed just fine, counting their dollar signs and a smirk on their face and a smile for abusing people openly and emotionally, psychologically, and destroying and profiting off of it, which is something they're most have records for in their real life, but have come here because they realize they can do it through the internet and not be jailed for it until. And so they feel pretty comfortable with that, and they profit from it in a way they think they can't get in trouble, but whatever. Anyway, they don't sit every night and go, fuck, look, she's out there, and the misinformation and harassment that we were directed to put out to terrorize with today and for a year and a half long campaign against people means that you think they go to bed with that nightmare, wake up with it. Hell no, they don't. They don't give a flying fuck. And it'll never hit them that way because that would take too much goddamn self reflection. And then Us, it's like, well, what do? If you go silent, then it's abusers further abusing and winning, and then it's, oh, well, if you just shut up. But that's not the case. They already had our names going here. They were already hunting us. They were doing all these things. We would have been talked about and done and fucked with just like they do the others that aren't present every day. Slander, libel, harassment. We just wouldn't be here to speak out for ourselves or to try to change anything so that this cannot be done again in any other case. And to try to help others. It's, and that's what they want. And that's what they pump out to chats around here. Well, if they just shut up and go away, then none of this would be happening in their lives. And, well, they wouldn't get no, that's abuser painful at 101, right? And some of us, all we've ever asked for is like, and not everybody's right 100% of the time. Hell, even I'm wrong on all kinds of shit. But at least I have the gall to fucking say that. These motherfuckers, they don't care what. And then if you try to correct or just even go, hey, will you Google that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Please just stop with the Bermuda Triangle bullshit that makes nutters call in and do all these things. Please. They're like, fucking mayor. Man, I ain't the mayor. I'm also not some control freak. I just, like, can y'all act right? Like human beings with brain cell and actually care about these women and children and victims of violent crimes and abuse. They can just do what you say you're about. Any of that? And can you do it with math and Google and common sense and some logic and heart? And it's too much to ask. Anyway.
And the other thing that I want to talk about too is um, people were like asking why CPS was so hard on Dawn and Candace, so strict with them when it came to the boys after the boys were taken from the home. Uh, in my opinion, I believe, uh, I believe the boys do not know what happened to their sister. Um, I believe that they can.
What's he basing that opinion on? What's John B basing that opinion on? I don't know. I don't know what he's. Who knows?
Share some very relevant information leading up to that. Bad stuff that, like the boys could corroborate what Jody Sue was saying.
God, it's my name again. Wow.
And, there could be some other minors that have came forward and confirmed these allegations.
And see, he's trying to put that minor shit back on it instead of chasing, but she's just never gonna bother. I'm just kidding.
The boys obviously may have allegations of their own. And in my opinion, uh, police and CPS didn't want Dawn and Candace kind of going at the boys the way Candace did with Hunter. You know what I mean? What'd you tell? You remember when Hunter said that Candace went over to.
Oh, I can tell you listen to in my name. The regular parroting, regular human beings. Some
his house after the police told them not to be talking to each other, and she was like, drilling him. What you tell the cops? You didn't tell me anything. You didn't tell him about the alcohol, did you? And from what we understand, it sounds like maybe Don tried that with Josie and whoever the state CPS worker was, or whoever.
I think we all came to this conclusion like 2 years ago, but Don B later never regurgitating, taking on their best, as I just said. Moving on.
You know, Apparently one of the state workers caught him and jumped his shit. And it wasn't too long after that, Don and Candace was like, "Well, we're not going back up there if they're going to act that way towards us. So we're just not going to go see them anymore." So
It's not really out there, but okay.
again, I think that the CPS and the state and the police didn't want Don and Candace coming at the boys, trying to, in my opinion, witness intimidation, doing witness intimidation, the way Candace allegedly did Hunter. You know what I mean? So that's what I wanted to kind of go over today, guys. So let me do a repeat real quick. That way you guys can drop some comments. Let me know what you think. On the first one, what do you think about my idea of the grand jury indictments being sealed? What do y'all think about that? I've got a strong feeling that the indictments will be sealed. So,
he has done this every time that they call grand juries or do this or do that, even during their scheduled ones. It's a thing around here. Alright. And the thing is, they're looking at Hawkins for that, which shows me how very little they know. You know what, man? Like, we all just hope anything comes and somebody's arrested somehow, some way. That's really it. It's that simple. But considering the feds are involved, I think those will come down from higher places. I don't care where anything comes from as long as the person or persons responsible are found, arrested, some are found, brought back home to our community, and her voice and her light shine, and her story is told, whether it be through her own words, hopefully, and her own voice, or through the men and women who've worked so long to find her and to tell her truth in her story for her if need be. But have her but faith in those feds. And that Summer's voice and story will one day be told and heard, whether by her or through the men who have worked so hard and cared so to help find her and her truth, despite all the money. You truly care for her and all missing children for all the right reasons. Not virtue signaling, not accolades, but because those children really matter. And those victims of violent crime.
Let me know what you think about that one. And also, with Hawkins County being a small police force, it's not uncommon for the TBI to step in and help them out. Like I said,
Has nothing to do with the small police force, not jackass. Once again, I can't believe you repeated that twice in the same video. That hot take. Once alerts are put out, missing children like that, the feds step in. No matter what town, city, state, small, large police department. That's how they work. 2 years. That's when they call. I just basics 101.
Megan Boswell, TBI, provided the prosecutor with like over 1,000 pages of
God, I'm just gonna repeat that. Am I playing it twice? I swear to God, I don't know it.
social media evidence and some other stuff to convict her with. Um, when it comes to specialized, large scale investigation, a lot of times these police stations are so small they just can't handle.
No, he's really saying that again to cast doubt on the police. You know what? I'm over it. I don't know what the rest of the hot take is. I don't know if I want to know.
It with you know
Shut up, Don.
the evidence before June 15th.
God damn.
Think
Shut up.
about my theory of it not being an accident and being planned because CPS was involved before Summer went missing. Uh, my opinion, she had to get gone. The CPS and police being so strict on Dawn and Candace, them um, in order to help them out. You know what I mean? So let me know what you think about that. You think I'm spot on that?
I think. Alright. But anyway. And that was it yesterday. I couldn't remember where that whole thing about Candace saying, wait till the truth comes out. Apparently it was from Don B. That's been a long known thing. Candace has said that for the longest time. She may have said it recently again, but she said it quite often. Like, Don B picked it up there, the headline. And that's where I was like, that's circling back around because of one of the creators regurgitating it. It was Don B. I noticed it because I was seeing the title. And so, yeah, there's my answer to myself 2 lives ago or 3. You know, guys, I really feel like how honest, truly, and I didn't keep resting. Shouldn't have been here again, man. Um, I'm gonna pay for these 3 hours too, I suppose. Just keep stacking it up. Um, I doubt mine would be susceptible to hypnosis unless the feds have some sort of special Area 51 type of hypnosis. And if I asked for help from the feds and unlock it up, anything I could do to get that. Another thing. There are certain moments I think are very important. You know, and I asked Chris a while back through the lab. Impact Cold Case could help me try to get a hold of certain. I hadn't heard back yet, but we'll see. Because I would love to know what I know that I know that I hold it and it's right there because like I can like I know I heard certain things that day. Right. I know I did. And I know I heard them loud but my mind, because at the time it was, in chaos, just, and I've clawed the shit on my brain trying to get them. And I've tried relaxing. I've tried this, tried that. And, there's a lot of things that say from even the beginning. Things will come and go for you. Things will drop certain pieces. And that has been the case. For quite a few things. And you come across fucking shit you didn't even realize you had or knew or, these things too. So the feds weren't wrong, cartoons, shit like that. They weren't wrong with all of that. But man, I wish I could claw out certain moments that and others, honestly. Yeah. For now though, just wait. Just but anyway, this place though will forever remain the type of place that will latch on to the dumbest shit, roll with it, or it will roll with anything tangible, even if it smacks in the face. And I think from the very beginning, we all, even in the community in a way, seen versions of this. Like, Footprint guy comes out, but that's on Facebook, right? It's in the groups that we see the community. The guy come out, be attacked, people like, that's fake, it's bullshit. But then the next sentence inside that same group, they'd be talking some crazy shit. Like Bigfoot. Or circling imaginary men laying down in bushes and pictures and expanding pics of leaves as People had driven by Ben Hill or Beach Creek and gotten photos near the guardrail there. Do you see the spirit in the sky and shit? But man, you'd see them eat people like the footprint guy instantly. They're like, whoa. And that was just Facebook. This place would, it's not built around facts or truth or the little things. Basics. Occam's razor. Because it doesn't want to be. They have to make it this large Jerry Springer fucking shit. Try, eat, build, shit, fulfill whatever need. Keep growing, building others, doing this in case. Because it's not about the cases, the real victims, survivors, families, communities. They always want your heads turned from the basics, the knowns, the truth. They clip even news pieces or play only parts that the news is played in breakups between intro pieces or, you know, uh, pre 11 o'clock wow hour on the news as they play throughout the day, little parts and pieces. So they're already manufactured clips for them. They play one or the other, whatever suits their mood. So, this place isn't built around truth or anything resembling it for the most part. And it definitely wants you to miss the worst trees. Keep all your eyes away from the truth. Keep you distracted, concentrating on the main triangle, the brain dots, conspiracy theories, the Jerry Springer shit, and not the absolutes, the knowns, the basics, logic, common sense. It doesn't benefit them. Doesn't benefit. It's the little things, guys. Things sometimes right in front of your face, sometimes for a long time, that you fail to notice here. A lot of times because people want to notice. They don't want to. They don't want to see. Sometimes because you're directed away from something. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna hop off here. Um, y'all know the drill about contacting your local and state legislators, asking for change, laws to be made. and not in the way that DeSantis did it because of this exact same group of tragedy pimps, where they were doing this shit around potatoes, lockdown, bullhorn, MGL, the rest, and pissed off the entire community and everybody in law enforcement. And the uh, community and further out in Florida, everybody else, they thought it was a good idea to make laws to stop tragedy pimps, but instead DeSantis took it and weaponized it and made it a way to take away Americans' freedoms and rights and promise things and right redress, protests, and all this aimed at a political climate instead of stopping tragedy pimps with it like had been asked for by the community. So when you do reach out to your local and state reps and ask for changes and for them to go to the hill with it, make sure they stay nuanced and just absolutely beat it down to where it can't be used to wedge in and take your rights, the rights of fellow Americans, are weaponized, but to absolutely target tragedy pimps and tragedy pimps. Um, and also, y'all know the drill about contacting platforms and demanding changes from them by any means necessary, including tagging one platform on another platform and bringing eyes and ears to the problems, asking for small changes that could make a world difference. So if you all ended up wrapped up in crimes and stuff, you don't even realize these tragedy pimps have you playing in by playing drama games or what you think are drama or whisper games and these discords and multi-platforms and texts and messages and all this shit that ends up being part of the criminal activities they're actually around and doing to the victims, their families, the community members. You don't, I mean, they're really very much getting a lot of you all wrapped up in criminal shit you have no clue about. And they're also committing crimes against a lot of you and doing all kinds of fuck shit. Alright? And, y'all know the drill, right? How dark and gross this place. But, you know, y'all know the drill. And, I know this place seems dark as fucking midnight, right? A lot. But, remember that it only takes a little spark to break up an entire room of darkness. Just one little spark, one voice, one dissenter, one anything. It only takes one, even if the world makes you think it takes a minute. And for everyone, it grows another. And in the same way darkness spreads, light can too, but light is a whole lot more powerful than darkness. And, if they can pull the dark pebble shit, so can the rest of the world pull the pebbles of light. And you can really change lives, save them, change the world by dropping your own pebbles into a pond. Things so small as smiling at somebody that doesn't necessarily seem to be having an extraordinarily bad day, but like a great day, lost in their head day. Smile at them. It can change the world. And you may never see the end of where the pebble drops, the little wave go and eventually crash to shore. But those do crash somewhere, and something that small can travel around the world, literally, and save a life, help a life, make a change. Yeah. The pebbles of life matter just as much. Anyway, and remember, you don't have to be perfect. Just be a good human, right? They'll have bad days. They'll get up to fuck shit. We all have things. Nobody's perfect. Yeah, but to be a good human, loves love, hates hate. Mm. You have a choice every day when you wake up on who you are, who you want to be every day. You have a choice. Hmm. And I really just feel like listening. Actually, I don't. I also might kick my whole ass and this stream, quite frankly. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, guys. Um, it is always. But as always, please do share out some picture information. Call it by her name. And by information, I do mean legit investigative journalists, TBI, FBI, law enforcement. Please do warn people not to come to YouTube and other places for information, really. I would say on Summer or any other victim or survivor of any other type of fucking crime, or occurrence, or instance. And watch out for those around you who applaud and cheer on days that there should be no applause or dance. Watch out for those who seem to make the victims and survivors' worst days on this party mission, or to dare call them their days. Make them like their worst days on earth, or somehow anything other than a day to sit still and honor and to hope and to hold faith, whether it be in whatever God you believe in, or whatever police force or law enforcement agency. Watch out for those who dance and find smiles on days that mark the worst days on earth for victims and survivors. Sometimes it's the little things that show you the most. Anyway, as always, share out Summer's picture information, call it by name. And if you don't care, please do share out the universal hand signal, for help. Also, for me, this is the DV hand signal, but either way, it can help save and has been proven to save lives and in a lot of different areas. and it can do so even outside of the domestic violence realm. So please do share it across whatever platforms you have or hold. It can and does so much, and it's been proven to do so. And it can honestly help find justice for those trapped in situations like faraway boxes in ways that maybe they get papers or cuffs on or real things. And in ways that other things can't, or they risk death. Anyway, you have a good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, then I'll watch them roll away again. Just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia and I headed for the Frisco Bay. 'Cause I got nothing to live for. Look like nothing's gonna come my way. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Look like nothing's gonna change. Everything seems to stay the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. This 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. Now I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, sitting on the dock of the bay, I'm wasting time.
Wish this laundry would just fold itself. Oh,
Wrong key.
who are you?
I'm your fairy godmother.
Oh, um,
It'll be fine by dusk light, I'm telling you, baby. These things eat at your bones and drive your young mind crazy. But when you place your hand between my collar and jaw, I don't know much, but there's no way at all. And I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. 'Cause as I say I miss you, I know that you won't. But I miss you in the mornings when I see the sun. Something in the orange tells me we're not done. To you I'm just a man, to me you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I poison myself again, something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare out the way. The orange touches all things around. The grass, trees, and dew, how I just hate you. Please turn those headlights around. I need to hear you say you've been waiting all night. There's orange dancing in your eyes from bulb light. Your voice only trembles when you try to speak. Take me back to us dancing this wood used to creep. To you I'm just a man, to me you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I poison myself again, something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare out the way. The orange touches all things around. The grass, trees, and dew, how I just hate you. Please turn those headlights around. To you I'm just a man, to me you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I poison myself again, something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare out the way. The orange touches all things around. The grass, trees, and dew, how I just hate you. Please turn those headlights around. Please turn those headlights around.
And more power to her. And it's great that they're friends. If Candace has nothing to do with this at all, I would like to see her more involved in looking for Summer. She's out there somewhere. What is y'all's take on this whole Kathy speaking out thing? Y'all have a good night. I'm going to play you a little short clip of Dawn talking about their kids.
It was, when my boys come home, I'm taking them off all their drugs. I'm buying their boxes. I'll be like, find it out, whatever. Yeah, they do. A drug? Oh, man, what the hell? Oh, and you know what she told me the other night? The case for this. I swear she told me this. And I kid you not, right? She said, oh, but it slows their brain down a little bit, so I can think. I was like, the best thing that can slow their brain down a little bit is weed.
Hey, y'all. No one in the scheme of things, but and their home. Y'all's take on this whole Kathy speaking out thing. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to play you a little short clip of Dawn talking about their kids.
It was, when my boys come home, I'm taking them off all their drugs. I'm buying their boxes. I'll be like, find it out, whatever. Yeah, they do. A drug? Oh, man, what the hell? Oh, and you know what she told me the other night? The case for this. I swear she told me this. And I kid you not, right? She said, oh, but it slows their brain down a little bit, so I can think. I was like, the best thing that can slow their brain down a little bit is weed.
On a western bay, and it serves 100 ships a day. Lonely sailors pass the time away and talk about their homes. And there's a girl in this harbor town, and she works laying whiskey down. They say, Brandy, touch another round. She serves them whiskey and wine. The sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine girl, but a good wife. wife you would be. Yeah, yeah. Still a sailor from the sea. Granddad wears a braided chain made of finest silver from the north of Spain. A locket that bears the name of a man that Granddad loved. It came on a summer's day, bringing gifts from far away, but it made it clear it couldn't stay. No harbor was its home. The sailor said, "Bravely, you're a fine girl, you're a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the same." Yeah, Brandon used to watch his eyes when he told his sailor story. She could feel the ocean before her eyes. She saw this raging glory, but he had always told the truth. It was ours. But there does her feel understand. At night, when the bars close down, Brandy walks through a silent town and loves a man who's not around. She still can't hear him say, she hears him say, "Brandy, you're a fine girl, what a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady, and the same." You're a fine girl, what a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady, and the same.